So the first thing we're going to do is find the center of gravity of this component, and I've started by dividing it into four shapes. We have this curve here, which is described by this function. We have a rectangle, a circle, and a triangle. So let's start by finding the area of the curve. Now this is a inverse parabola, it's a minus x squared. So the curve looks like this, and the length is 5, so it's 0 to minus 5, 0 to 5. But because it's a mirror around the y-axis, we can imagine this is in the same way, it's going like this. So we'll have center of gravity and area, and we can start from this side here. So I'm going to make this 0 and make that 5. So the first thing is we're going to find the area of under this curve. And area of a curve is the integration of y dx. So let's start by writing that down. Area, A, is equal to the integration of y with respect to x. Now in our system, y is equal to 5 minus x squared over 5. So substitute it here. Equals the integration of 5 minus x squared all divided by 5. Now the limits here, as we said, because the distance in the x is 5, so the limits are 5 and 0. dx, meaning with respect to x. Now let's go ahead and integrate this function. So with integration, you add 1 to the power and divide by the same number. When you have a number by itself, you just add the variable, or multiply the variable next to it. Minus x, add 1 to the power 3, divide by the same number, divide by 3. Now you already have a 5 there, so it's going to be 15. 3 times 5 is 15. Between the limits of 5 and 0. So you substitute the top limit minus substitute the lower limit. But this lower limit is going to give us 0. We can see put 0 there. So we need not bother to substitute the lower limit, only the top limit. Put 5 in here and 5 in here. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 to the power 3 is 125 divided by 15. In the end, this gives you an area of 16.6 centimeter squared. That's the area of the curve, or the area under the curve. Moving on to the rectangle, the area of a rectangle is simply length times height. We can see the length is 10 centimeters and the height is 5 centimeters, giving us an area of 50 centimeters squared. This one's a lot easier. Now, area of a circle is pi r squared. R is 1 in this case. So the area is simply equal to pi centimeters squared. And finally, the area of a triangle is half base times height. The base here is 8 and the height is 5. Well, half of 8 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So this is equal to, area is equal to 20 centimeter squared.